Hi everyone, we have Harsha here with us, and today he is here to share his interview experience for three major companies: Cognizant, Capgemini, TCS. So he's placed in all the three companies, and now he'll share his interview experience for TCS. That's it. So tell me about yourself, Harsha.
Yeah, so coming from the garden city of India, I'm from Bangalore.
Okay.
So I'm currently doing my bachelor's in Ambedkar Institute of Tech. So with a CGPA of 8.71, and I have a current goal to be a good and trained experienced engineer and make good contributions to the company and industry.
How
So
Prepinsta has helped you in your placements?
yeah, it's been a very good experience with Prepinsta. You find a lot of good analytics and statistics of your performance with related to the rest of the people in the country, and it has good repetitive questions and good idea about the pattern, and it helps you a lot to understand concepts in a very short time.
Okay. So let's get started. First, I'm gonna cover your TCS interview. Okay. So, what was the platform used for your TCS exam?
It was I think it was a TCS Ion platform,
Okay.
which is
So, what was the role offered?
assessment of the same company TCS.
What was the role offered?
I think it was around the graduate trainee, which is a package of 3.6 lakh.
Okay. So, what was the name of first round and how many sections were there in your round one?
There were like four sections, I guess. There was numerical ability, reasoning, and there was English too. And then we had to write one more coding section also, which had two questions, which was about 45 minutes time.
Yeah. Okay. 15 minutes for question number one and like 30 minutes for question number two.
Yeah,
Yes.
I think it was overall. You could do both of them in 45 minutes.
Yeah. Okay. So, what was the difficulty of this round according to you?
It was, since it was an off-campus and it was a nationwide exam, it was quite above average. So
Okay.
the coding questions are sometimes tough because of the compiler issues. But I think the Ion platform is much better. So you can at least compile one of the codes. So if you're able to do even one code, you're through the exam. And you have to perform above average of all the three sections also.
Yeah, sure. So, what was the next round? Like, what was the next round for this drive?
Yeah. So the next round was just the interview for Ninja. If you could do well in all of the in all of the sections here, you
Okay,
are
Harsha,
eligible.
just a second now. Wait. So, do you remember any question from your coding test?
No, ma'am, no.
Okay. So, next round was your interview round only.
Yes. For the Ninja profile, if you could, there's another coding test given to you. If you
Advanced
perform
coding
very
test.
well in
That's for
NQT.
TCS Digital.
Yeah, that's for digital. And there are two questions there also. And if you're able to do all the two, you are through to the digital interview. But if you're able to do under two, you're just given a interview for the Ninja.
So, you appeared for TCS Ninja Profiler. Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
So, what was the platform used for this interview purpose?
It was a WebEx platform.
Cisco WebEx.
Yeah.
So, what was the first question that was asked to you by the interviewer? And how
It was
many
very
panels
basic.
were there?
I think there were three panelists for my interview. And they started off with the basic questions of tell me about yourself, and so, and going through that, they asked me about how can you rate yourself in data structures and algorithms, and my answer was intermediate. So they started asking questions relating to that, and they went on asking what are the different types of data structures.
That they asked you about data structures? What were the questions?
Yeah. So the first basic question was what are the different types of data structures. So
Okay.
my answer was like there are different types. So there are linear and non-linear. For linear, there is array, stacks, and queues. For non-linear, there are graphs and trees. So when I told graphs and trees, there were follow-up questions for those questions.
Okay, so they asked digging in question, like digging in the topics. So what was the next
Yeah.
question that they asked you?
Yeah. The next question was what is a binary search tree? So I was like, okay, it's a binary tree which has a criteria that each node is larger than the keys in all the nodes on the left part of the tree, and it is smaller than the keys on the nodes in the right part of the tree. So that's the criteria for that. And then they asked me the question of what is the procedure and time complexity of the tree sort.
Okay, so they moved to the time complexity concepts. So
Yeah.
they ask you about
Yeah.
the time complexity of the binary tree or some other data structures.
Yeah, they asked me about the procedure and time complexity of the tree sort.
Okay.
So first, I explained about you have to create a binary search tree first. from the array by inserting, and then you have to perform an in-order traversal. Then you finally get the sorted array.
Okay.
And for the time complexity, I had to give two time complexities for unbalanced and for the balanced tree.
Okay.
For unbalanced, it was big O of n square, and for unbalanced, it is big O of n square, and for the balance, it's big O of n log n.
Okay. Any other question except your data structure parts related to digital technologies like AI, big data, machine learning?
No.
Because this is the like very big thing that TCS asks in so many interviews.
Yes, ma'am. So it varies from person to person, but since I was given a question that I'm intermediate in these, so I think they wanted to ask or test me in these concepts of data structures.
Yeah,
Only
by the way, like TCS mostly focuses on data structure part. As
Yes,
far as I know,
yes.
like I have taken so many interviews and people just say, like they ask me about data structure concepts and they start digging in, like give me real time example. Any other question
Yes.
that you remember from this round?
Yeah, there were a few questions like what is a skew tree? So I answered as all the nodes have a single child. So that's a definition there. And they had given a question of if I give you a height of a tree, can you calculate the total number of nodes I can
Okay.
find in that tree? So I just gave her a formula, and based on that formula of 2 power h plus 1 minus 1, I could deduce the answer as 127, which was right. So I think then she asked me a last question of trees, which is what is the data structure used in trees? So I just mentioned as a doubly linked list. So that was all about the trees concept.
So a lot of questions were based on your trees. A lot of
Yes,
questions I
trees
can
and
say.
yeah. Yes.
Yeah. Okay. Any other question related to your project or resume?
No, ma'am. That was only about that. That was the technical interview.
Okay. So what
Then
was
they
the
asked a few questions of what is a binary search
okay.
logic and explain what is a BFS and DFS
Okay.
graph. So those are the two questions.
Any other thing that was involved, like that was there in this round? Any other HR question, something like that?
No, the technical interview just had complete pure technical questions.
Okay, pure
For the
technical
HR, it was only the HR questions.
Okay, so it was a pure technical test, basically
Yes.
in technical interview. Okay, so after that, after this round, you must have your HR round.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so was it on the same day or some other after some days?
It was on the same day.
Same day. Okay. So what was the platform used for that round? HR round?
I think it was WebEx, same platform.
Same. Okay. So how many panelists were there?
I think this time it was only one, I guess. So
Did they ask you to share your screen like in your technical interview or in your HR interview?
no, they did not.
Okay.
For the TCS, they did not know.
Okay. So what were the questions that were like you were bombarded with?
The HR was very simple. So only 5 to 6 questions, like the basic question: what is your introduce yourself and why do you want to choose TCS? So
Okay.
my questions were like very simple. So I just had to say a few points about myself, and I mentioned about the history, the awards, and the good training given by TCS. So they were satisfied with that.
One should
And
know or like study about that particular company that they are going to interview.
yes, so if
Yeah.
they were not satisfied, they'll ask you a few more questions. Like they asked me, "What else do you know about TCS?" So I think they were expecting me to know about the founder, the stats, and the projects and what they do. So I answered like they're into consulting and they do business solutions, So and then they were done with that.
And what was the
That's
time
fine.
duration for this round?
This was very quick. This was around like 10 to 12 minutes.
And what about your
That's all.
technical?
Technical, it could vary between 20 to 25 minutes. So if you talk about yourself a bit longer, it will take much time, but basic 20 minutes. Mine was a little bit longer than the normal.
Okay. So this was all
Right.
for your TCS interview.
Yes,
And you were selected for TCS Ninja Profile.
Ninja profile, yes.
Okay. So a hearty congratulations to you from whole team of Repinsta first. And thanks for sharing your interview experience with all the people that who are preparing for your TCS drive and any other companies. So basically, I can say that this was a kind of all in all technical test in which like you were asked so many questions related to data structure. So people need to focus on data structure part mostly, I can say. And
Yes,
is there
ma'am.
any tip that you want to give to any student who is preparing for TCS?
The assessments are above average, so I think they had to do very well in NQT because not like before, they had separate tests for each college, but now it's a single test for every college in the country. So they have to do very well in the assessments, and I think they can get through the interview if they know a few about data structures and algorithms there.
Okay. Thank you so much, Harsha, for sharing your interview experience with us. And